hard to see because of the, kind of hard to hold. Because of the shadow of the, maybe if I hold it up, you'll be able to get it better. So this is what you're looking at. Or you're looking at that since it's it's connected. And if I tip it up more, you can see the levers themselves moving up and down. Except they're not levers, they're sliders because they don't pivot. And this is the locking bolt that locks into the hole in the shackle. Now, this is bent, okay? And that would have prevented me from ever picking the lock open. And this sits on top of it. So the little hand, which is laying around in here somewhere, there it is. It's fitting on like so. Fits on like that. So the little hand's only turning this plain slotted wheel and aligning it. This part, if it had another hand on it, it could not have been used to rotate this gear against this spring, especially going clockwise. It's just way too stiff. The hand would have broken off, come off, and maybe that's why it's missing. So what I've concluded is to make a prep key that will have the bolt talon cut way down so it never contacts and puts pressure on the bolt itself or the levers. And these first two cuts have to do with the wheel. Now, right now, these two cuts are too short to even contact the slotted wheel and the gear, okay? You can see that, right? A key, as it's rotating, would be trying to rotate both the wheel and the gear, which can't happen because the stump, the fence, is moving in a straight line across it, so you'd immediately bind up. So the operating key could not have been used to align the gear. And the gear is kind of like another trick, just as this is a trick. But this one, that one's kind of easy. This one's not so easy to line up. So there's going to be a prep key that its only function will be to move that gear. It won't, since the little hand moves this, and the prep key will just go round and round and round either direction, turning this either into alignment or out of alignment, and so that will end up being an additional trick. And then you have this part with the door, which this pillar moves slightly to the right to operate. It's actually, this is the catch and spring all built into one. And this band is a spring that pops the door, pushes the door open. Cool, eh? All right, well, as it sits now, the first two cuts don't even touch the gear and the plane wheel. They don't touch it at all, so they'll pass right by. That's a lever, and these three cuts are levers or sliders. And that's the bolt talon step that actually does the withdrawing of the bolt itself, moving it back to the right. The other key, the prep key, will have a tall finger right here so it can engage and turn the gear. It will probably be cut short, so like this one, so it doesn't contact the wheel at all. The bolt talon step will be cut down to allow the prep key to rotate, which it needs to be able to do to move the gear tooth by tooth by tooth by tooth. One tooth per revolution. And then the lever cuts here and here, it can be whatever you want. They could be the same or they could be different. Doesn't matter because the prep key is not pulling the bolt back. So this never actually goes back when you're turning the prep key. This doesn't move. Only the gear moves.